What do you say, everybody? It's time for your favorite show and mine. It's time for the Mick Beer Review, and it's great to have everyone on here. This is my after-run beer review show. Haven't done it in a while, so I guess this is the start of season 3, and the game plan is just to try to do some beer shows. I'm going to have some of my friends come on and do them when available. Get in the comments section, talk to us, and if you're a fan of the beer show and you enjoy the beer show, do me a favor, go to YouTube if you have a YouTube channel, and it's at Mick's Beer Review. Make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel. Be part of it, man. I'm going to try to get this thing going again and move it mostly off of Facebook and try to get it on YouTube. So that's what the goal is, although you're probably watching live right now on Facebook, and we appreciate Facebook and everything else. All right, look, today we're going to get into some fun. The first show of season 3 is all about Steve Stone Cold Austin. Remember him? Wrestling legend, a guy that many of you enjoy his podcasts. He does podcasts for WWE, and he always has this right here next to him. The Steve Austin's Broken Skull IPA. It's from Segundo Brewing, which is an LA-based brewing company. They also sell pizza there, which is something that you see a lot out on the West Coast. You know, when we were really kind of hot and heavy with the beer show during COVID, you guys were sending us beers from the West Coast. And a lot of those places, when we looked them up, they'd be, pizza joints that also do some brewing. So I thought that was interesting with this beer. Stone Cold also has a lager. And then now they have a brand new, and I'm not trying that today, a double IPA. But every time I see him do his interviews, he'll have Chris Jericho or The Undertaker or Kane or whoever he's talking to, wrestling legend. He's got one of these bad boys sitting next to him. And I'm always wondering, how good is that beer? And I think that's what this show is about. It's, the show's all about trying to figure out what's inside these cans so that we can kind of pass that on to you. So let's talk about this. As Stone Cold would say, badass IPA, 6.7% alcohol. IBUs are pretty low at 40. Interestingly enough, this beer from El Segundo is full of good hops. I love Citra. It's in there, Cascade and Chinook. So I'm interested. It comes in 4 packs, half barrels, or like the kegerator that I have behind me. They call them pencil kegs, the 6 barrels, sixtels, whatever. You can get it in those as well. And now you can get it in Alabama. You can get this in Florida. So down here on the coast, this is available. And it's pretty cool. I like the the art that goes with this. Stone Cold Steve Austin, always one of my favorite wrestlers. I mean, I absolutely loved him back in the day. We would watch him, stun people and do all that stuff. So when he, kind of got older and then you don't see him anymore, and now all of a sudden he's got this beer and he got injured. That's what kind of took him out of wrestling, is that he had some kind of a neck injury and couldn't wrestle anymore. And so, had to retire. And that's tough, right? So we lost him as a wrestler, but he's actually a pretty good interviewer and is somebody that's been in broadcasting for a long time. Been really impressed with Stone Cold and his ability to hold a conversation and do those things on his show. So, definitely worth checking out. And seeing what this is all about. So we got this can here, picked it up at Total Wine, which is one of my favorite stops for a lot of these beers. And it's ice cold. I got to give a shout out to my friends at WUTK 90.3. That's the University of Tennessee's college radio station. You guys know I came up in college radio. Absolutely love college radio. Big part of my life. So pretty cool that they actually have, their own beer cups sponsored by Terrapin. But this time we're going to put a Stone Cold Steve Austin beer in there. So, just the information on this beer, kind of what we're looking at here with this. It's an IPA. Is Stone Cold telling the truth? He's going to sell this as like, hey, this is a great IPA. I'm curious. I mean, I'm just, every time I see it, I'm always wondering, like, what is this beer like? But I'm going to read you what they say about it on their site and kind of give you an idea of, of what we're talking about here with this beer. A badass 6.7 IPA designed by Steve Austin and El Segundo Brewing for the working man and woman. It features Citra, Cascade, and Chinook hops to deliver big flavor with an easy finish. Now stop reading and enjoy this awesome beer. Cheers. Style. American IPA, ABV, 6.7, hops, Citra, Cascade, Chinook, IBUs 40. We talked about that already. All right, well, let's give it a try. Let's see what we got here in this this Steve Austin beer. See if it's worth you guys going and picking up a 4-pack. It's pretty expensive, but most IPAs that come in a 4-pack are. All right, I can tell you right now that it's filtered. It has kind of a golden look to it. I've become a big fan of the hazy IPAs. This obviously isn't a hazy, but this cup ice cold right now, the way you like it. It's got a really good smell to it. I can smell the citrus in this beer, kind of a citrusy, light smell. Pretty clear. And good. You know what? I'm impressed. I'm impressed by Stone Cold. I was kind of wondering, what kind of beer is Stone Cold Steve Austin pitching on us? Those guys, those wrestling guys are always selling the gimmick. What am I doing here? Am I stunning someone? Am I, is this one of those sell jobs, buy my t-shirt type thing, or is this a really good beer? And I like it. The fact that the IBUs are low, make it smooth. Yeah, this is easy drinking. 6.7 packs a little bit of a punch to it. I can see why he's always got one and drinking it on his show. This is the type of beer that I feel like if you were, had company over and you were like, this is something cool to try. I think people would like it. I really do. I think that this is going to appeal to a lot of different beer audiences. You don't have to be a beer snob to like this. And I think that's the toughest part about being a craft beer brewer is you got to figure out something that the people that are really into beers like, but you also want the common person to like it. So I feel like this is one of those beers. It's a lot better than I anticipated. I don't really have expectations going into these shows on what to expect. It's not like I come in and go, you know what, I'm going to really tear this beer up or I'm going to say something good about it. I don't know. I mean, I just pour it in a glass and try it. But this one's really good. I'm going to have to give it a good score today because I do recommend this beer. I think that this beer is a beer that they did a really good job brewing. I think it has a great flavor. It has a good smell. It's a little expensive, but you know what? It's worth it. It's not one of those beers where I'm going, man, I paid this money and I'm not going to get anything out of it because I don't think this is that good. I could sit here and drink these all day. So I'm going to give this a really good score, 4.25 out of 5. I think that's, and honestly, I probably could even mark it up a little bit more. The art of the can's cool. I like the story, the fact that they sell pizza. I'm a big pizza guy. I think you guys are too, although, I'm kind of watching my carbs right now. But, this is cool. Yeah, it's a good beer. So, definitely worth checking out. And Stone Cold, you did a good job. You picked a good beer, and I'm impressed. So, oh, hell yeah, as the great Stone Cold would say, right after he kicked you in the nuts and then turned around and stunned you. That's what he's known for. Hey, look, please do me a favor. Go to YouTube. Like and follow and subscribe to the Mixed Beer Review channel on YouTube. I'm going to try to build this up. I think we got we got to get to 100 so that we can do the shows live. And then we got to get to 1,000 to be able to really get this thing rolling. So we got a lot of work to do, but please be a part of what we're doing. I'm going to try to drop a lot more shows here coming up. Probably record on Sunday and we'll post them on YouTube, sporadically throughout the summer. But thank you for hanging out with us, guys. Like and subscribe. Thank you for being a part of the show, and cheers to you, my friends.